On Saturday, the city of Raleigh, North Carolina, renamed the Lane Street Park in honor of LeVelle Moton. It is now the LeVelle Moton Park, complete with a bust of the North Carolina Central coach out front.
I was being raised by HBCU morals and values and didn't even know it. Everyone that I had encountered along the way, my mentor, Ron Williams, went to Central. My high school coach, Frank Williams, was Elizabeth City. St. Aug was up the street. That was my first basketball camp. And so when this place was packed and I wasn't allowed up here, I went to St. Aug just to get away. Like a basketball became a salvation. And it went from me dribbling in my mama's house to her saying, get out my house and go play, blah, 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 to it becoming a mental therapy for me.
It was the homecoming of all homecomings as Moton honored his many friends who showed up in support, including those in positions of power.
City of Raleigh, Parks and Recreation, Governor Cooper, Mayor Baldwin, Corey Stormy, Wake County Commissioners.
And all the way back to his day ones.
Joe Mo, Lord. Joe Mo always came up here. That was my hoop guy. Everybody else ain't like hooping. That was my guy right there, man. I love you, man. Tad, Glue, Beanie, Fat Chris, Mudbone. We all had nicknames in case y'all ain't know. So, what you talking about? Y'all? Stay with me. Let me be honest, I don't even know their government name, and they probably don't even know mine. It's just Beanie, Dirty Red, Fat Chris, Mud.
It was a day of laughs and tears, and one of the funniest moments belonged to his daughter, Brooke.
He pushes me every day to work hard for everything I do. Sometimes he makes me do things I don't like and I'm not interested in, like sports. While I was writing the speech, my dad kept asking me, am I a great dad? Am I a great dad? Am I a good dad? What type of dad am I? And I was surprised.
And also the most touching.
I thought that me and him both knew that he was the best dad in the world. But I guess not, so let me just say that, Daddy, you are the best dad in the world, and I wouldn't ask for another.
But ultimately, it was a this is your life moment in real time for one of the heroes of Southeast Raleigh.
I think, and our coach at Enloe now, I'm the varsity head coach at Enloe now, I think it's a thing where we're forever Eagles. That's what me and him joke about all the time, we forever Eagles. I think even down to the beginning, I was a little kid following, I seen him score 50, you know what I mean? So it's more than just him being my coach, it's more so being a trailblazer for everybody that comes from our community. I want to do something other than basketball.
Him and Vern, they came here from Boston, and they fit right in. He had a tough time over in this neighborhood, being in this rough neighborhood, this environment, it was not good. I mean, he's not telling no lies. There's a bunch of drugs being sold up there. Luckily, the local drug boys looked out for him. And everything he say is fact. And that's what I'm thinking about him. He don't have to create anything. It's non-fiction. Whatever thing he's saying, it happened.
I mean, every time I see him, it's just like I swell with pride because I know where he came from. I know, just from knowing him in high school and just watching like his like he said, the trajectory of his life is just insane right now. Like I love it. And everything that he does, I'm just more proud and more proud.
Several childhood friends were on hand, including Victor Harris, who was a basketball teammate growing up until his promising career was cut short in high school by a heart attack during an AAU tournament. An emotional set of circumstances still fresh in his mind some 30 years later.
They tried it again and he ain't have a pulse. And I just remember the medical staff saying, I can't find the pulse, he's gone. So I just lost it. That was my best friend. They escorted him out of the gym. And as he was leaving out the gym, all we knew was we lost my best friend. I was assigned with the task to call his mom at 13 and tell her that she had lost her child. And wow. You sure? You sure that's you over there? Good. All right, man. Thank you. So by the time I got home, my mom was asking what was wrong, and they found out that they brought him back to life. He needed a pacemaker, but he would never be able to play basketball again. So from that moment on, I took his high school jersey, number 22, and I wore it.
What that says to me is loyalty, true friendship, a sense of community in a sense, because we all started from the boys club, but the fact that we still have that bond, and it's so strong, I couldn't ask for anything more, but that's really what it's about. It's just having that connection with people that you grew up with, and then to be able to see an outcome. This is a large outcome.
So the park has a new name, it has a new bust, and it's really a reflection of great things that have happened in the past and are happening right now for LeVelle Moton. But the North Carolina Central University coach says his work in this community is still not done.
Like my grandma stayed right here. They had this thing called the Trap House down there. The Trap House is now worth $1.2 million. But I'm like, every time the community is developed, every time something happens in the city of Raleigh and it's a development, we don't get anything, black people. So until we have black ownership, right, we're always gonna be singing the same song cry that we sung in '64. I don't wanna be singing We Shall Overcome in the middle of the street anymore when I have the power to change it, right? I'm educated, I took a peep over that mountain, and now I can come back and say, look, I know what's over there, this is how we do it. So to me, life is about, it's a real life Monopoly board game, right? And so you gotta go around and you know, buy up these properties and develop these properties and hope somebody land on your property so you can create generational wealth for yourself. We've been doing it backwards. We've been landing on everybody else's properties, paying them rent, creating generational wealth for them, hoping that we land on free parking or free income tax. And we scared to turn the community chest card over or whatever. And that's backwards. So we got the education, we got some of the resources, so it's up for us to put those resources together and provide other opportunities for our community and our youth.